Hey child, and welcome back to my channel. Today is another edition of Black Girl Friday, where I highlight businesses founded by and run by Black girls. Who run the world? Us. And today's edition of Black Girl Friday will feature a beautiful company called Frolicious. So I was contacted by the owner's amazing spirit. It was something about her that just seemed so genuine, and I connected with her. And because y'all know, listen, I get approached by a lot of people, but I'm very particular about who I share my platform with. And so it was something about her that just felt safe. And I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and do it. And so she sent me a bunch of products, and they are all natural. So I really like this. So she gave me a Free-to-Fro cleansing shampoo bar. I've never used a shampoo bar before, so you know that's gonna be a little different for me. A nourishing deep conditioner, a leave-in, a hydrating conditioner, and the curl defining jellies. But while I'm doing that, I decided, you know what, I'm going to do another Q&A. I gave y'all the opportunity to ask me a bunch of questions, and that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to answer while doing my finger coils. Finger coiling is very tedious to me. It takes a lot of time, and so while I'm coiling, we gonna get to talking, and I'm gonna spill all my tea. Child, let's get this video started.
Hey child.
And you can clearly see I already got started. So I didn't want y'all making fun of me, okay? And that's just flat out. I've never used a shampoo bar before, and I was like, let me see if I can get the gist of this off camera before I do it on camera, and they gonna read my socks off. This is the shampoo bar from Frolicious, and let me tell you something. This smells so good without it being over the top. Now, one thing the owner did ask me to do is to let you all know that there's a 20% off sale right now, so be sure to go check them out. Their contact information is in my bio. So all I did was pretty much like a bar of soap. I wet my hair, kind of rolled this around in my hand to ignite a lather, and I put this on top, and it is lathering so good. I honestly was intimidated because I was just like, shampoo bar, huh? But this actually feels good. Girl, what is this? Is it like aromatherapy? But let me work this in some more, and I'll be back. We'll get into the tea and the questions and stuff once I get to the coiling portion. And we're back from rinsing out the shampoo. Y'all, I don't know what is in this shampoo bar, but it feels amazing. My scalp has a tingly feeling without it being overbearing, because sometimes people go way too far with the tingles and all that, but my scalp feels so good. My hair is not stripped. This shampoo bar is a mood. Get this. Listen to me. Get this. Now let's get into this deep treatment. This deep treatment is the Nourishing Deep Treatment. It has horsetail sage, nettle. Is it needle or nettle? Don't judge me, judge your mama. Baobab. Honey, listen. It got some stuff I can't pronounce, but listen, it sounds good. Child, let's get into it. Oh, that smells good. Okay, I'm gonna just take some of this. Rich and creamy. Girl, what did you put in this? This is good. Chill. Listen, Free-to-Fro, listen to me. I don't know how you formulated this, sis, but this is amazing. And I'm not just saying that because I'm trying to push something on people. Y'all, this line is bomb. Oh my goodness. Okay, listen, okay, because I don't want to jump ahead of myself, because sometimes when you put things on, it feels much different than when you rinse it out. So I'm going to pull out Sam Bam, thank you, ma'am. And I'll be back. All right, so I just rinsed my hair, and let me tell you something. An all-natural conditioner, all-natural ingredients with no silicone. I am so genuinely impressed. Can we be honest, y'all? Sometimes with people say all natural, I'll be like, all right, honey, I'm not expecting it to feel like a bunch of nothing, but this actually feels really good. So let me go ahead and put a little bit of that leave-in on, put the cap on, and then we're gonna start talking. Ooh, okay. This looks good too. So let me just go ahead and do this. All right. I'll put the cap on and I'll be right back. All right, real quick before we get into the styling portion, y'all, this feel like butter. Okay, so when I did the deep conditioner, I just left it on for 15 minutes. I didn't put any heat or anything. I just left the cap on just to let it do its thing. It was cool. When I put the leave-in on, I put the cap on. I said, you know what? I haven't really did any conditioning with heat in a while. And I know sometimes people think leave-in conditioner, they just think leave-in. But at the end of the day, a leave-in is a conditioner. So I had the cap on and I put some heat. And when I say my hair feels so freaking good. So good. Okay, so I'm gonna detangle off camera. We're gonna get into these questions. All right, now it's time to get into these questions. I'm gonna do finger coils, and as I'm coiling with this curl defining jelly, I'm gonna answer the questions that you all gave me. Now, some of them, I ain't gonna lie, it was a little too personal, like where I went to high school. Honey, that is a security question. I'm not giving you that information. Okay, I will answer as much as I possibly can. Number one, what do you do for fun during this pandemic? Let me, hold on, because y'all know my glasses are my enemy. I'm gonna take some of this jelly. Now, what do I do for fun during this pandemic? I do YouTube for fun. I have been spending time with family. One thing that I've been doing is playing a lot of games on my phone. Oh, that look good, girl. Guys, too, I don't want to, you know, listen, y'all know I love you. I have been playing games on my phone with my kinfolk and doing some Zoom meetings, some FaceTime, just trying to feel like I'm in person with people that I'm not in person with. Next, how long have you been married? I've been married since August 11th, 2018. Do you miss Dallas? I absolutely miss Dallas. I love Dallas. For those of you all who don't know, I transitioned back to my hometown, St. Louis, from the city of Dallas. We had some personal family issues going on. I am an open book. I don't mind telling you anything, but when it affects like my family members or people close to me or people that, you know, on social media, I'm very careful about what I reveal. Just know there were some things going on with my family and I needed to get back to St. Louis, so that is why. What is my real job? Okay, listen. I know I cuts up and show my fun side on camera, but I work a very corporate job. I will not tell you the company because I will not be getting myself fired. For a health insurance company. That is how I have been able to afford to be on YouTube, because everything, with the exception of the partnership of this video and one texture ID video where they sent me something for free, I've paid for everything myself, and that is because my job, thank God, is really good. How is the IASOT? Honey, that thing got me in the bathroom. Do you understand me? I am on a weight loss journey. I started back, y'all. I was on, then off. Now I'm back on. But I've been doing keto in conjunction with the tea. So a healthy diet with the tea is what's helping me right now. All right, so this question, I'm dating a guy. We're both in the military together. And I found out he has a family. He did not tell me about it when I asked. And then she contacted me on Snapchat saying that they have a child. When I asked him about it, he said he didn't mention the child because he was not sure if the child was his. His baby mama has continually reached out to me. He says that she's delusional. I have feelings. Please help me. I'm gonna tell you something. People will only treat you how you allow them to. And with all due respect, and I seriously mean this with all the love in my heart, she's not contacting you for no reason. He's stringing both of y'all along, and he's a liar, and that is his baby. He knew it. He just didn't want to tell you. Now, what I will say to this is when you are not emotionally involved in a situation, you can see clearer than the person that's in it. So the reason you probably could not see certain signs is because you had feelings. That's totally normal. It's totally natural. We're emotional beings. We're supposed to love, and he's taking advantage of that. But what I'm telling you is, that man is with his family. When he get out of the military, that's where he's gonna be. And I know that because that's the reason she continues to contact you, because she plans to hold on to her family. So I'm telling you now, you're fighting a losing battle. He's stringing you along because you're allowing it to. You are young. You got your whole life ahead of you. I promise you, 10 years from now, you will not be thinking about him. Life will go on. You will love again. You will be okay. And I know you probably don't want to hear that, but I'm telling you, he's full of caca and he gonna continue to string you along as long as you allow him to. It's up to you to choose better, do better, and go for better. And that is what I'm encouraging you to do. Someone said, do you have a plan in place for starting your hair care company? I do. I want to start as organically as possible. So I will begin with my growth oil and then go from there. I'm playing with recipes, trying to decide how I want to do it. Do you believe in manifestations like vision boards and dream boards? I actually do. I know some people are into The Secret, but let me tell you something. A lot of old truths in this world, they're just rebranded. The Secret goes in line with a Bible scripture that says, such as a man thinketh, so is he. So that's why I watch my thoughts. I do have vision boards and different things like that. I do believe in all of that. I think that you can only go as far as where your thoughts allow you to. What was your husband's reaction to your big chop? So he didn't like it. My husband is the type that he really loves my natural hair. He loved my hair, and anytime I would have my big fro out, he'd play in it and stuff like that. So with me being in St. Louis at the time and him being in Texas, he found out, and he was just like, why would you do that? And he didn't say anything, but then I sent him a picture of it with my hair done, and he was just like, you are so beautiful. But he never mentioned it again. So then a couple weeks later, probably 2 weeks ago, he finally looked at me and he said, okay, now I'm used to it. He never told me he didn't like it. He never told me he was uncomfortable. He just let me do my own thing. But 2 weeks ago, he said, I'm used to it and I like it now. So he didn't like it at first. He was real kind about it, but he didn't like it, but now he does. What is your favorite book? The Shack, okay? I grew up very religious, and sometimes the way that I used to approach God was very dogmatic. And so The Shack helped me to see that my relationship with God could be mine. Like, of course, I still am a Bible-believing Christian and things like that, but it helped me to see that I can have my own relationship with God and make it authentic and true to me. That actually eases me right on into the next question that says, did I miss it, or did you say you were a preacher? Yes, I used to be one. I grew up very, very sanctified, and I accepted my call to ministry around the age of 19. Then I was just like on the move constantly, and I got to a place of burnout to the point where I didn't even want to go to church. I just started going back right before Rona, but then of course church got shut down. So I did used to preach. I was a youth pastor for a while, but yeah, that used to be me. What products do you recommend for Tex-Lax hair? Anything that is strengthening, because at the end of the day, doing a texturizer, a relaxer, or even color, it can break down bonds in your hair and cause damage. So you want to make sure you are trying to preserve your hair for as long as possible by using products that are strengthening, have protein, stuff like that. How did you gain confidence after your big chop? It just so happened that around the time that it happened, Rona was in town, so I didn't have to go in public much or anything like that because quarantine. When I do go out, I make sure my hair is styled to the T. I throw on my lashes and my lipstick, and I dare somebody to say something to me. I just have to own the situation, so that's just what it is. When are you having a baby? The original plan was to get pregnant around April of this year, and as we know, this is April, and that is no longer the plan. Life happens and things change, and right now it's just not a good time. Do you regret anything? No, and this is gonna sound so cliche, but at the end of the day, things happen for a reason. And I truly, truly believe that, and I'm not saying that just to say it. I'm telling you, things happen for a reason. And even in the things that we think are bad, that are hurtful, that cause heartbreak, it's like at the end of the day, and like I said, I'm a Bible-believing Christian, I truly believe all things work together for our good. I mean that with my whole heart. And I'm saying that to you now as I am going through what is besides the death of a family member, this has been the hardest few months that I've ever lived. And just having the strength to keep a sane mind has been a lot. And so I say regret nothing, because even the things that are painful, there's a lesson to be learned. And if you're a believer as well, I believe God will be glorified at the end of this. So I don't regret nothing, honey. Life is to be lived. Knowing all you know now, what would you tell yourself 10 years ago? I would say, number one, that nigga ain't and I'm talking about the person I was with 10 years ago. Honey. Number two, I would say, baby, don't let that credit get bad. No, because getting it back right is hard. Do you feel your marriage got stronger after you dealt with the negativity of others? Well, I would say it made us stronger because it made us a team. What tips do you have for tagging videos to gain views? I would say, okay, you want to focus on whatever it is. Like, okay, so say I'm making a makeup video. I definitely want to make sure in the tags that I'm using a brand name, that I'm being as descriptive as possible. Or like for me in hair, I want to make sure I say the brand name, then I'll say twist out, styling short natural hair, on type 4 hair. I put things that I know people regularly look for. Like one thing that people look for in my genre is affordable wash and goes. That's why when I use an affordable product, I make sure to put the dollar in there. But the one thing that gets people to click more than anything is your thumbnail. The thumbnail and a catchy title. How do you know you found the one? Baby, let me tell you something. That is a tricky question. And I say that because say you believe you found the one and that person dies and you go on to love again. Is that person that you love next the number 2? No, they're not. So my approach to the one is there really is no one, because life is a constantly evolving cycle. What I would say is, you know, you found your person when you look at your lives together and you couldn't imagine anybody else with you, that you experience a love that is exhilarating, so much so that during the bad moments you still would want to fight for them. Love to me is 100% a choice, and so it's the person that when you're around them, the very essence of them just makes you smile, that you see y'all's lives playing, going in the same direction, that the thought of losing them is just like, I couldn't take it. Trust and believe, no matter how many words I string together right now, the fact of the matter is when you found your person, you will know. You'll be like, okay, this is home. When you have that feeling, that's how you know that's them. What happened to you in cosmetology school? Good question. What happened was I had the interview and everything set up, and then I had to leave Texas. And my whole life just started shifting, and it was in a place that I really couldn't focus on that. Like now things are calming down and I'm having peace of mind to where I know I could really focus, but back then I couldn't. But Rona in town, so I can't go to school no way. I do want to do it eventually in the future when the time is right. It's just at the time that I started to pursue it, honey, life happened. How does being in the public eye affect you? It really don't affect me no type of way besides making sure, like, I feel bad when I go out in public looking bummy. I'll be like, because that'll be just the time somebody see me. What I will say though is, and I don't mean no harm in saying this, not all YouTubers are rich. I'm not. I still work a 9 to 5. And so sometimes people approach me wanting things, and I understand, but I don't have money to give away. I really love the connection that I have with people. I love having bonds because I actually have personal relationships with some of y'all off camera. But the people demanding things of you just because they see you in a video, that's a lot. What hair color do you have? Okay, so I used a 20 developer because at the time I still had my texturized hair. I didn't want to go too far with the 30. So I used a 20 developer, and then L'Oreal has these high colors. I mixed together red and magenta. I texturized my hair. Somebody else texturized theirs based off my experience. She didn't get the same results I did. She didn't like it, and she emailed me upset. And so I kind of learned from that, and certain things I don't do on camera no more. Like even when I did my Clairol textures and tone, texturizing my hair didn't damage it. My hair was fine after I did my texturizer. That hair color Oh, baby, the hair color jacked me up. And so that's why when I chose to go a different route by not using box dye and actually doing a developer and all that, I didn't want to do it on camera because in case somebody follows what I did and the experience go wrong, I don't want them blaming me, okay? I don't want you blaming me. So that's why I did that. Will you ever relax your hair again, child? I don't know. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Y'all know I'm moody, like super moody, like super moody. And whenever I feel like cutting my hair, I'm gonna cut it. Whenever I want to grow it out, I'm gonna grow it. If I want to put some weave in it, I'm gonna do that. And if I wake up one day and decide, hey, I want to relax, I'm gonna do it. Do not get emotionally attached to my hair story because I do what I want. And so if I choose to one day, maybe I will. What was your college experience? Child, I wish I had a college experience. My college experience was me going to school full time and me working a part-time job. My mom, love her dearly. She was like, I'm not gonna give you all this money to go away to school and y'all get to partying because I had been sheltered all my life. So I didn't get to go away to school. I went to the local college, still lived in my parents' house and still worked a job. So honey, my experience was just very boring. What is a silicone-free curl cream? I believe the Main Choice Pink Lemonade line has a curl cream. I think it's like a curl sherbet or something like that. I did like that. Do I layer my creams and gels? I just recently started and I actually do like that. Are two stylers between a leave-in and oil overkill? Here's the thing. What works for your hair works for yours. What works for somebody else works for theirs. If it is working for you, it does not matter if it's overkill. All that matters is your results. And if that's what you want to do, baby, do it. Do you have any siblings? Honey. Okay, so Papa was a Rolling Stone. He got 5 kids. 2 of them are by my mother, me, which is me and my sister. She and I have a relationship, but unfortunately, I don't really have a relationship with my other siblings because we just didn't grow up together. It was different. I wish it was different, but yeah. It's total of 5 of us, but it's really just me and my sister. How many kids do you want? I would love to have 3, but I'm realistic, honey. I'll just take whatever the Lord sees fit. On live, you said your husband was in Texas. Why is that? Okay, so I'll just say this because it's not just my story to tell. I'm very open, but I have to respect the privacy of my family. And if they don't want certain things discussed, I will not discuss it. So I will just say, when you think of my family, pray for us and just know there's just been a lot of changes going on. Some good, some bad. But whatever the Lord's will is what will prevail. All right, so my coils are now installed. And let me tell you, this is one of the most slippery jellies that I've used in a while. It's slippery and it also feels hydrating. I really like this, and so far I'm in love with everything in the line. So I just need to let it dry, see how it dries. Do I get any flaking or anything like that? And I will come back and show you the final results. And here are the final results of my coil out. I just untwisted it and then I picked right at the top just to give a faux taper look until the barbershop's open because Miss Rona shut me down and I couldn't get a professional cut. So let me close out this video by saying I truly loved everything that Frolicious had to offer. The one thing I would say though is this, the jelly, less is more, because I was applying so much and talking at the same time. I didn't realize I was overusing this jelly. I did not need nearly as much as I did. Truly, this spreads very well. The slip is incredible. A little bit goes a long way, and because I went overboard, there are some places that I do have buildup, and so I just know next time to not do that. But I also won't be recording and talking, so that won't be an issue. And also, because my hair needs a little bit of extra to bring it into submission, I will couple this with wet line. That's just what I usually do. I take a cream or a jelly, mix it with wet line, or I put wet line on top because it provides me that protection so my hair is not getting hard and crunchy like gels tend to do. So I really do like this jelly. I love everything this line has to offer, but that shampoo bar, chef's kiss. All right, so with that being said, I hope y'all enjoy getting to know me a little bit more. Remember to pray for my family, and I will pray for yours, but seriously, pray for me. With that being said, I'm gonna go, and yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Bye, honey.